Laxel here, and today we're going to be doing something a little different, but not super different as of lately. As you guys know, we've been doing a little more of the Honkai stuff. I'd really like to do some guides, and that's what we're doing today. If you guys hear the echo, I apologize. I'm on vacation. If you guys have been keeping up the channel, we're on vacation, so a little bit of an echo. We're not in our normal streaming room and stuff, so anyway. Today, I just want to talk about real quick which Valkyries I think personally you should pull for. Well, not just pull for, the ones that I think you should pull for, and of course the Valkyries I think you should grind for, get the weapons for, so on and so forth. So we're going to start off. Oh my gosh, that echo. I don't even know where that came from. We're going to start off with the two most important Valkyries, I think, in the game. And one of them I don't have. You guys guessed it. Herrscher of Sentience, the physical. Herrscher of Sentience basically makes physical teams god tier. No matter what physical team she's in. Platinum Equitus, Bright Knight, Starlight Astra, she just increases their damage dramatically, and she's one of the only units who doesn't just increase damage, but she can be a main DPS. She can strip enemies' defenses, strip enemies' attack. She's basically an all-in-one package, all in like the most important unit in the game, and you don't even really need her weapon and her stigmas. You can throw on a lot of different stuff. I unfortunately don't have her on this account, but I do have way more Valkyries on this account. That's why we're doing this on over here. You can even use Azura Emperor. Her weapon is probably one of the more important ones. If you could go for Sage Fuwa, Azura Emperor, whatever you want to call her, or Herrscher of Sentience's weapon, I would definitely go for Cosmic Duality, just because Herrscher of Sentience can pretty much go on every comp, even elemental teams, and still work amazing because of her strips and stuff, whereas Azura Emperor, however you want to say it, kind of fits the same build for elemental teams. She boosts lightning, ice, and fire damage. She is pretty much an all-arounder buff-wise, and she is probably the second most important Valkyrie, I think, in the game for an all-around use. She unfortunately doesn't have debuffs and strips as much as her other form, but really she's the elemental buff queen. Of course, more recently we've had like Valkyries like Carol, and of course Paraphilus, who more fit the role of support specific for their element, but they're grindable. You don't need to spend your money on them. They're grindable. No gems really needed. The only thing you should really worry about them is their specific weapons, because honestly, grindable Valkyries' specific weapons will be the only thing you have trouble getting for them, because most of their stigmas and stuff are grindable too. Carol and Haxor Bunny probably being the only exception so far. So, you know, Fischl, Starlight, Haxor Bunny, Eden, Paraphilus, Carol, you guys know the drill. You don't need to pull for them. They're in the shop. You just gotta grind a little bit. And I know it's really annoying, and I know it's really hard to get all the Valkyries like you want, but come on. They're right here. They're grindable. Just put in the effort, and you'll get them. Now this one's going to be a little controversial, and I hate it. We're going to be talking about Lightning Valkyries first, and Mobius, unfortunately, with Apponia coming out, they fit the same role, and Apponia is better. Mobius really only can do that AoE damage that she's known for when her ult's up. Epona can do it constantly, all the time. My Epona only has a level 55 weapon because, you know, I just got pre-arms. I don't even think I have a maxed one yet. And she outdamages my Mobius pretty much every single time. She makes clearing so much easier. Her and Eden, they just make the new lightning meta. That's just how it is. They're the new Valkyries. Them and Fischl, they just work so well together. They're definitely built for each other. They even completely outdamage Herrscher of Thunder in some situations. Herrscher of Thunder, of course, is way better against bosses, single target situations. But Epona for AoE clearing stuff, just all around grinding, I have found to be just amazing. But if you don't really like the difficult gameplay, because Eden is very challenging, I would definitely go for Herrscher of Thunder. Of course, again, Herrscher of Thunder really works well with Fischl and, of course, Sage Fuhua. So, Fischl, my first SSS, because she's just that good. Fischl is an all-around support, is amazing, very worth grinding for. Same with Starlight Astra. Of course, she has kind of been faded out by Carol a little bit, but honestly, if you have her stigmas, she's still an amazing support. She kind of fits the same bill as Haxor Bunny, off-field damage, they come in, they do some damage, they jump out. But of course, Carol has the special gimmick of being amazing at breaking shields, so on. So, you know, it just depends on what, again, characters you have. If you do not have her share of sentience, physical builds might be a little bit challenging. My Platinum Equitas team, my Bright Knight team, does nothing compared to my Epona, my Eden, my Herrscher of Thunder, because I have the specific supports that make them so amazing. But I don't have, of course, Sentience, who kind of makes physical builds again. Alright, so now we're just going to talk about the Valkyries I don't have on this account, just real quick. If you have Herrscher of Thunder, there's no reason to grind for Lightning Empress. She kind of is like the Herrscher of Thunder wannabe. She does have an amazing leader skill if you need SP though. Dimension Breaker, let's be real, most of the Piranhas except for Wolfsdawn and Yamabuki, the support ones anyway, aren't that great. Same with Black Nucleus, probably one of the worst Piranhas. Now, Eclipse is probably, Argenite Eclipse is probably the one and only Himiko I would recommend even trying to get. But she is on the standard banner, so I wouldn't spend your money on her banner if it even ever comes back around. It's been a couple years, who knows, but I don't think she'll be coming back. Shadow Knight, amazing early game, but she is a little difficult to play. You definitely got to get used to her combos. Same with Ice Rita. Ice Rita, very good early game, but of course has been kind of power crept by other Valkyries like, of course, Sinjin Nyx, who, honestly, probably the only Sealy I would recommend getting, because, of course, Sinjin Nim and Sarcasm Nyx, of course, they do fit different roles. Sinjin Nymph is physical, but Platinum Equitas, Bright Knight, they're just too good at being physical DPSs. But if you like Sealy, I definitely recommend her. She's still one of the better physical main DPSs in the game. Sarcasm Nyx, probably, I would say, one of the best ice damage dealers in the game. I don't have her on this account. I do have her on my JP, CN, whatever you want to call it. She's amazing. I still have trouble out damaging her when it comes to Silverwing Bronya. Silverwing Bronya definitely fits a different niche because, of course, they have, I guess, better strategies against different bosses because, of course, she is the Quantum type, and Quantum types are just usually insane anyway. Dion Korra, amazing fire support. If you want her, get her. She just really isn't that important. Just don't get her. Don't bother building, of course, the starter characters like White Comet, Crimson Impulse, this specific Miko that I can never remember the name of. Not the best. Dark Bolt Jolton is actually used in some later game comps, but not many. If you like her, build her. If not, you get her for free. If you like her, build her. Snow Sniper, not really worth getting, not really worth building. She has been power crept to hell and back. Valkyrie Ranger or Void Drifter, especially with Flame Drifter, she is just kind of creep in, creep out, but build wise, if you like her, she goes amazing with other starter characters like Yamabuki and Swallowtail Phantasm, which is the free-to-play Sealy. They are an amazing early game team. I definitely recommend building them. Going all the way back down because I want to try and get through this as fast as possible because there's a lot of Valkyries. Crimson Himiko. Like I said, there's only one Himiko that's really worth even trying to get. Divine Prayer, if you like healers. She's a healer. She's one of the only ones who really do it in the game. Plus she has kind of like the ka-ching haircut. Very nice. Callan, I really hope they make another Callan because this one, again, is probably the only one I would recommend trying to build. She is on the standard banner. It's the only way to get her. You can grind for her if you want. I wouldn't recommend it though. She has been, again, power crept to heaven and back. Like I said, Callan, we're not even talking about these Mays. The Ice Miko or Sakura Genshin Brain is probably the only one I personally would recommend building. Haven't really done it on this account because I don't have her weapon, but she is actually pretty good and still used in some ice meta. If you don't have Hersher of Reason or Silverwing, she definitely fits that niche. Flame Samatari, not really. A Valkyrie Chariot, she is good for gathering enemies. If you like that Venti suction ult, if you like gathering enemies, she's very good, still usable. I would recommend building her. I personally don't use her. Just because there are other Valkyries that kind of have certain gimmicks that are like it, that are just better, such as Flame Scion. Wolf's Dawn, great physical shield. Shields aren't really necessary later on. If you are having trouble beating a boss, it just does too much damage. Definitely bring in either her or Yamabuki if it's a physical or a elemental boss, because they are the reverse of each other. Elemental shield, physical shield. But other than that, shields are pretty much useless late game anyway, because you just need the buffs, you just need the damage. Now, I know I said there's only one Himiko that's really worth talking about, and that's because Blood Rose actually outdamages her in a lot of situations, but unfortunately, she does die at the end of her ult, so she's very, like, one-trick pony. One-trick, one-use pony. I've never personally used Molotov Cherry. I know her Augment Core is very, very, very good for early game. When you hit that level 80 mark, that level 81 mark, when you unlock Augment Cores, unfortunately, she does completely fall off, though. So late game, she's pretty much not useless. She still has a boss or two, but I just wouldn't recommend building her past late game. You know what I mean? She doesn't have a pre-arm anyway. At least not that I can think of. Teresa's, I'm just going to skim over because we'll get to the only Teresa I personally think you should build. In a little bit. Same with Fuha's. If you want to do the Augment Core Fuha, she is very good, actually. I would definitely recommend building her. You guys probably know about Spina Astra. I didn't get her weapon or her stigmas, unfortunately, so I've never really played with her much, but she is insane. She is out-damaged by her Sheriff Thunder and Flame Scion in situations, in co-op and stuff. She is very, very good. I am super bummed I didn't get her weapon and stuff. I just used all of my gems on the other banner and couldn't get her. Blueberry Bits. If you have her weapon and stuff, she has that one boss, but Molotov Cherry Team is her only real use. It's unfortunate, but she's more of a gimmick character. Luna Kindred, very good early game, but there's just way better physicals. Same with Rita. There's just better sidekick characters, better physical sidekicks too, and it sucks. But between the two Scythe girls, you know which one I'm going to tell you to use. Swallowtail is insane early game, and it is crazy that they just give her to you. Raven, grind, build. If you weren't here for these, try to get her stigmas. Her weapon is crazy. I actually was lucky enough to get it recently off of the Paraphilis banner. She is insane, especially for her Sure Flame Scion. Now we're going to talk about elements for a second here, guys, and I'm just going to say Flame Scion, she definitely leads the fire meta. Silverwing Bronya slash Sarkazam Nyx lead the ice meta for sure. Platinum Equitus definitely leads the physical, and Aphonia is completely taken over the lightning. If you guys are looking for a specific elemental type damage dealer, those are the ones I recommend. Those are the ones that I would definitely try to build as a DPS to spend your crystals on. They're just very, very good. Now, we're just gonna skim back down over here. Herrscher Friesen, if you don't have Silverwing, she's still very, very good, especially if you have her stigma and her weapons. I have not, unfortunately, pre-armed it yet. I've been busy doing other characters' pre-arms. I have literally just unlocked pre-arms. Don't come at me. Now, Sakura's Bloom. This is the only Teresa I would recommend building. She is very, very good against very specific bosses. But let's be real, you're building her not for her, but for her cross. It's her cross that's amazing. That's very sad, but it's true. Besides Starlight Astra, this is really the only Teresa I can think of that's really worth building, unfortunately. She's an amazing fire support. Her cross can be used on other Valkyries like Mobius. Even Starlight Astra if you just want that fire damage. Starlight Astra, of course, being physical, being amazing. If you don't have her weapon, I apologize, but she really doesn't need it. She has a very good free-to-play option. It's just how this game is. There is a very good free-to-play options for some, but for the newer classes, like, of course, the chakrams and the bows, the free-to-play options are very limited. I would definitely try and get those Valkyries weapons. Okay. Mobius, I wouldn't recommend pulling. Alicia, I wouldn't recommend pulling. Bright Knight, I would not recommend pulling. She is very good, but of course, completely outdamaged by Platinum Equitus. Rosemary, pretty much a must-have if you have a Mobius. Or any other Thunder comp you want to use her on, like Herrscher of Thunder, Official, Valkyrie Gloria. Let's be real, you got her from pulls. There's free-to-play options for stigmas. Her weapons are really the only thing you're going to need. Da-da. Phoenix, she's grindable. Wouldn't recommend grinding for her though. She is my main DPS for the majority of the game until I started spending money. And I didn't regret getting her. I definitely loved playing as her. I definitely loved using this weapon with her specifically. Once I got other characters and realized the difference between an old S rank and a new S rank, it's just ridiculous. Herrscher Flame Scion is just crazy. Herrscher of the Void, one of my favorite characters in the game. I pre-armed her, I still use her, I love using her, but I would not recommend pulling for her, or her weapons, or her stigmata. She is just completely outdone by every other physical since she's come out. She's been power crept. It's sad, but my Carol out-damages her, and my Carol's build is not very good. And I have all of her stigmas. Like, power crept is scary, you guys. Starlight Astra, would recommend pulling. Of course, Silverwing. Let's be real. Most of you just got her because of how amazing and cool she is and how amazing her combat is, but she's actually very, very good. All these are mainly free to play. Dion Cora would recommend, but of course, support role. If you have Flame Scion, don't do it. Sinjin Nyx, Sarcasm Nyx. Sinjin Nymph, Sarcasm Nyx. If you like Sealy, definitely recommend Nim. But if you don't really like her, there's no really reason to get her if you have like Platinum Equitus or Bright Knight. Nyx, like I said, very, very good ice. Would recommend pulling. Herrscher of Sentience, get her. Main priority. She's the best Valkyrie in the game, hands down. Let's be real, this whole video could have been wrapped up in me just saying, get Herrscher of Sentience. Alright guys, that's probably going to be it for this video. Herrscher of Sentience, Aponia, if you like complicated gameplay because of Eden, because they can't really be used without each other. If you want that huge damage bonus, that is their leader skill. Herrscher of Thunder, Herrscher of Flame Scion, Silverwing Branya, Official. Pretty much everyone I have hearted except for the ones I said not to pull for, like Alicia, Mobius, Phoenix, so on and so forth. You know what? Just completely disregarded the heart comment. I just hearted the ones I like. Anyway, guys, that's gonna probably be it for this video. I hope this guys helped you even just a little bit. I tried to say as much as I could with the limited time that we had. That's gonna be it for this video. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye.